Well, just the Leeds play yesterday, I decided to get out straight away. So I didn't make the biggest profit in the world. A few others having a play with the 1.5 goal and 2.5 goal matches. For example, trying to create this scenario where at least you'll win if you get unders. You've got a good chance at overs. You'll win the amount you're staking on overs. So some ideas. So I'd lose that over 1.5 goals, but I'd win that and over 2.5. So net profit. Dortmund as well, over 3.5 goals. So some ideas yesterday. Let's have a look onto today. So very quiet yesterday. It was tough for me to pick any strong plays. Today looks as equally as tough. The ones I've starred, potentially goal fests. But as ever, if you think of these matches as derby-style matches throughout, you'll get an idea that they're not as immediately readable as the market would have you suggest. Aston Villa Bayern Munich, for example. Aston Villa could really give Bayern something to think about. Atalanta should be too good for Shakhtar. Ukrainian League, Croatian League with Dinamo Zagreb. These leagues are all a little too weak, lacking any competitiveness or enough rivalry to make these sides flourish. They could be exposed once they're outside of their domestic competitions. And looking at the Conference League, Victoria Guimarães would absolutely stand out today. I think they'd be they look spot on against Stedsel at 3:30. That's be where I would start today. Research is available for members, footballtradingprofits.com. So we've got under 2.5 goals potential for the final match. Shakhtar and Atalanta, I would think, over 2.5 goals. Aston Villa, potentially over 2.5 goals. Could be one of those 1-0ers, this one. But certainly, we've got the attacking prowess, haven't we, on the bench, on the pitch. But it is a one-off, so tactics will play a big part. You can't necessarily translate domestic form into European club competition. It's a different animal. Benfica and Atletico Madrid could be a humdinger. I'd be favouring Atletico Madrid here on their solid signings and the fact that the Spanish La Liga is far more competitive than the handful of teams Benfica have who could possibly beat them in Porto, Sporting Lisbon, Braga. So it's not a competitive league, the pork and cheese. Spanish La Liga certainly is. Dinamo Zagreb could be exposed. Again, Croatian HNL1 league is not competitive. There's only 10 or 12 sides. Very small league. Monaco been in good form. Big win over Barcelona, indeed. That was came from nowhere, didn't it? So they'll be absolutely buzzing. Solid siding with Monaco here, unless red cards change the complexion of the match. Lille and Real Madrid. Solidly with Real Madrid here, but Lille have that unknown factor. New to the competition. They've won 7 of the last 8 European home games, so pretty solid stuff. Liverpool, Bologna. You never know with Bologna. They're the unknown side, not that well known outside of Italy. Don't know their style of play. You can infer, Andy, you can see that the AI sometimes gets it wrong. Still got old sparkly teeth in charge. So the big negative here with Bologna is the unknown factor. They've drawn 4 of the last 5 matches, all competitions. Chiesa is unbeaten in 11 matches against Bologna. Is that the only reason Liverpool signed Federico Chiesa to play this match? Then he'll be sold afterwards because he's unbeaten in 11. Leipzig and Juve, this has the potential to go either way, overs or unders. You could see it's a tight 1-0. The market's going under here. Sturm Graz and Club Brugge, bit of an unknown factor here, but there's an inference, particularly from the leagues, that goals could flow. Preston and Watford, 2.6 the favourite, already has you on the back foot here. So I would be treating the research a little bit cautiously. It's gone for a Watford 2-0 win against Preston North End. Sheffield United, what chance another 1-0? This is the Achilles heel for the 1-0, a 1-1 draw. It's a very poor scoreline to choose for these managers, 1-0. it's fraught with danger. If you have a 0-0 late on, red card. And as you can see, that 1-1 against Bristol City. Oh, that's for the Swans. But Sheffield United have been trying to get the 1-0s at home. We will see. I wouldn't be going over 1.5 goals at all. Stoke and Portsmouth, newly promoted Portsmouth, could be vulnerable this evening. That would be my handle into this match. Bristol City and Sheffield Wednesday. Bristol City scoring before half-time regularly. That, of course, is music to your ears if you're playing over 2.5 goals. I think Sheffield Wednesday have put together some decent performances of late. So they've just stuck in the back of the mind. Let's see if I'm getting them mixed up, perhaps with Sheffield United. So Bristol City, a couple of losses against Blackburn and Derby recently. Both teams have scored in the last 2, as you can see. And looking at Sheffield Wednesday, that surely coming into this match will be a real boon for them. Beaten Blackpool, failed to beat Luton, and failed to beat Millwall. So they're just certain sides away from home, particularly for Sheffield Wednesday, that they can't really get a handle on away from home. In the Championship, in the EFL Cup, it's happy days indeed, but conceding 9 goals in the last 3 away matches for Sheffield Wednesday could spell trouble and would be welcomed by me if they score first. They've been conceding heavily. You might want to look for an overreaction as well, possibly. We will see. Guimaraes and Sejla, as I say, this looks like a banker for the home side. But very little known about Celje. I don't know anything about them. That's the unknown element that you get with these sides. Başakşehirspor, one of the lesser lights in Turkey, taking on Rapid Vienna. Maybe the Austrian Bundesliga could be exposed again. It's another weak league like the Scottish Premier League, like the Croatian HNL1 League. When I say weak, I mean as far as quality sides offering you a chance to push yourself. You've got to play against better sides to get better. So 3:30 start for me for Victoria Guimaraes. And we're moving tennis-wise into China. They'll be moving from China around Asia and then into Australia for the Australian Open, mate. Stroke, mate. Tennessee Kokkinakis. Where's me strides, mate? Stroke. Yannick Sinner Alcaraz. This is probably, this could be one of those matches where it's not a competitive match. It's just for show. I'm not sure. But this looks top 3 clash. Could be a 3-setter, this one. 10 a.m. for you early starters. So you're going to get quality in China because they will give you a lot of money. Throw a lot of dosh at you. So you're going to get the big boys turning up with really good pay packet. Bautista Agut and Carballes Baena, 2 Spaniards meeting each other. So favouring of Bautista Agut here. But you have to be very, very early to start this. Marin Cilic, well, he's nearly as old as Joe Biden. Old Marin Cilic. Unknown factor. I'm afraid I don't know if he's on the decline. Foggy can put together a good match, playing a fellow Italian. So I think after the US Open, this is probably a good place to start resurrecting your interest in tennis, perhaps, with the Chinese legs, moving on into the next Grand Slam, which, of course, will be Australian Open, mate. Tennessee Kokkinakis. Danny Evans, odds on. And the ladies, of course, got some big names there as well. Some of these were in Hua Hin recently. I think Muchova, where I live. We had the WTA down here recently. Lots of 100 ranked or higher players. We have had the likes of Heather Watson in Hua Hin. So no. So we had a few of the ladies in Thailand. I don't have a strong opinion on these, but a bit like the football. I'll take my cues from the market. If Muchova looks as if she's 3-1 down early in the first set, you could back her still to win a set betting. So quality tennis is back in the Asian leg if you wanted to dip your toe in. Have a great day. I will see you around 3:30 for Guimaraes if there's anything to pass on. Otherwise, it will be 5:45 in what is or looks like another tough coupon. It's very tough, the Champions League, as I repeat. These are derby-style matches throughout. Derby-style matches, anything can happen. Have a great day. Members of footballtradingprofits.com, I'll see you on television.